So you must have seen where the private sector organization of Jamaica is asking that our Independence Day and our Emancipation Day be put into basically a combined weekend of celebration. And once again, this is a shocking display of hubris entitlement by the private sector organization of Jamaica. Right? They are arguing that the current arrangement hinders productivity. This proposal is not merely an administrative adjustment, it is a calculated attack on the very essence of Jamaican identity and a continuation of the colonial legacy that has oppressed our people for centuries. It is very important that we confront the descendants of our slave masters and plantation owners who, with their bourgeoisie mentality, seek to undermine the hard-working victory of our ancestors and erase the significance of our historical milestones. Jamaica has had a legacy of oppression. And so, to understand the audacity of the private sector organization's proposal, we must first confront the historical context in which this emerges. The descendants of the colonial innings, the very same individuals who profited from the brutal enslavement of our ancestors, now position themselves as benevolent overseers, advising the Jamaican populace on what is best for it. This mindset reveals an insidious belief that Jamaicans are incapable of managing our own destiny. A belief that is deeply rooted in the colonial psyche that has marginalized our people for generations. For almost a century, these descendants have maintained their positions of power and influence in Jamaican society, often at the expense of the Jamaican people. The bourgeoisie, that is to say, the rich people in Jamaica, represent themselves through the private sector organization of Jamaica, and they are the modern-day colonizers in Jamaica. They control the economy, and they do not give most Jamaicans fair chances to success. They have kept the Jamaican people as glorified slaves post-independence, exploiting our labor and resources while reaping the reward for themselves. The proposed merger of Independence Day and Emancipation Day is yet another tactic in their long-standing strategy of erasing our history and consolidating their power. Jamaica's Independence Day, celebrated on August 6, marks the day when our nation cast off the shackles of our British colonial rule in 1962. It symbolizes the resilience, strength, and determination of a people who fought for self-determination and sovereignty. Independence Day is a reminder of our struggles and sacrifices, an opportunity to reflect on our journey as a nation and to honor those who paved the way for our freedom. Merging this day with Emancipation Day would dilute its significance and rob the Jamaican people of a vital expression of national pride. Emancipation Day, celebrated on August 1, commemorates the abolition of slavery in 1834 and serves as a poignant reminder of the horrors endured by our ancestors. While both these days hold immense significance, they represent distinct aspects of our struggle for freedom. Independence Day celebrates our liberation from colonial rule, while Emancipation Day recognizes the end of slavery. To conflate these two historic events is to dismiss the complexities of our past and undermine the unique narrative that shape our national identity. The PSOJ claims that merging these holidays will enhance productivity as a cynical attempt to prioritize economic interest over the cultural and historical significance of our national observances. This argument reflects a colonial mentality that views productivity solely in terms of economic gain, disregarding the profound emotional and psychological implications of our historical narrative. The Jamaican people have endured centuries of exploitation and oppression. The scars of slavery and colonialism run deep, and our national holidays serve as an essential touchstone for healing and unity. To prioritize economic productivity over our collective memory is to perpetuate the cycle of trauma that has afflicted our society for generations. The PSOJ's proposal dismisses the significance of our history, reducing our struggles to mere statistics in a spreadsheet of productivity metrics. In light of these developments, the Jamaican people need to resist the private sector organizations' insidious attempts to erase our history and dilute our national identity. We must confront the descendants of colonizers who seek to dictate the terms of our existence and assert our right to honor our past in a manner that befits the sacrifices made by our ancestors. We must remember that the struggles of independence is far from over. The fight for social justice, equity, and true freedom continues as we navigate the complexities of a post-colonial world. The proposed merger of our national holiday is a stark reminder of the work that still lies ahead. It is a call to actions to all Jamaicans to stand in solidarity against the forces that seem to undermine our autonomy. As we forge ahead, we must reclaim our narratives and assert our right to redefine our identity on our own terms. The PSOJ and its allies may believe that they hold the power to shape our future, but we must remind them that true power lies with the people. We are the custodians of our history, and it is our responsibility to ensure that our story is told with authenticity and pride. To that end, we must actively engage in dialogues about our history and identity, challenging the narratives imposed upon us by those who have historically benefited from our subjugation. We must uplift our cultural heritage, celebrate our achievements, and confront the realities of our past with courage and honesty. This includes amplifying the voices of those who have been marginalized and ensuring that our collective experiences are acknowledged and valued. It is high time that we build a future that empowers Jamaica, one that honors our past while embracing the possibilities of tomorrow. We must prioritize initiatives that foster economic development and social equity, ensuring that all Jamaicans have access to opportunities that enable them to thrive. This requires a shift in mindset, moving away from the colonial structures that have perpetuated inequality and towards a model that values the contributions of all members of society. In rejecting the PSOJ's proposal, we affirm our commitment to a future where the voices of the marginalized are heard, where our history is celebrated, and where our identity is not subject to the whims of those who seek to erase it. We must stand firm in our resolve to preserve the sanctity of our national holidays, recognizing that they are not merely dates on a calendar, but powerful symbols of our struggles for freedom. The PSOJ's bold plan to combine Emancipation Day and Independence Day into this one long holiday of celebration to increase or improve productivity is a wake-up call for all Jamaicans to recognize our history and the struggles we have faced. It is a reminder that we must confront the legacies of colonialism and assert our right to define our identity on our own terms. Jamaicans, we stand at a crossroads. So let us honor the sacrifices of our ancestors by reclaiming our narrative, resisting the forces that seek to undermine our identity, and building a future rooted in empowerment and equality. Together, we can forge a path forward, a path that respects our past, celebrates our present, and inspires future generations to continue the fight for true independence and freedom. For too long, we have allowed the rich, the merchant class, the bourgeoisie, the descendants of our colonial masters, to dictate to us what our state of affairs are. So I am imploring everyone to take this opportunity to reignite the spirit of national pride that unites us all.